everyone, and welcome back to another F123 Game Ideas video. Today we're going to be unfortunately talking about F1 Live. If you have missed though any of the series so far, I recommend going to check that out as well. And if you've got any ideas of your own, let me know in the comments below. I'm collating all of your ideas, so if you have commented previously, I have seen all of them. I am collating them and getting them ready for the final. That's going to be part of the final video of this series. And first up, probably an idea that, well, we can all agree with. Just get rid of it. I don't think I haven't used it at all. I think I spent about 5 minutes at the start of the game looking at the wardrobe to see if there's anything good. Didn't spend any Bitcoin on anything other than maybe one jacket, but you get that extra anyway. It's pointless. I mean, who's going and spending their majority of their time choosing what furniture they want in their fake suite? It's just not that great. And to be honest, getting rid of it and spending the resources on something else would be fantastic. Well, there we go. That's the one big idea about F1 Life. Well, that's it for this video. Unfortunately, there's already been leaks about this from F122 was coming out about F1 World. Yes, apparently for F123, Codemasters and EA are expanding F1 Live, not getting rid of it. And apparently F1 World is coming, which will be expand on this year's F1 Live, basically trying to rip off Flight Simulator. It's becoming less and less an F1 game at this point, to be honest, but just really frustrating that of all the things, to hear about it, that when we've got, the next gen upgrades, the upgrades to the engine, etc., that have been promised, and our big changes to career mode that we want, it's this that is the only thing we've heard of so far. Now I'm sure we're going to hear more leaks as we get round to next year, which of course I'll be covering all of those, so yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well. But basically, let me know what you think about this. Would you enjoy playing a flight simulator? I'm judging by the way F1 Life has been received, the player base doesn't want this. If we want to drive supercars, if we want to drive a plane, we'll buy these titles that are aimed at that. What we want is F1. That's what we're buying this game for, and that's not what we're getting. So let's talk about supercars. It turns out that, you get ready for this, 0.75% of Xbox players have driven more than 25 laps. 0.75%. That's like one player, basically. Yes, I have driven more than 25 laps of them because I did that fastest supercar episode, but a bit pointless, to be honest. The supercars, the only supercars that we really like is the safety cars to drive, but we want to be able to have a safety car race. That would be good as well, but obviously F1 put their foot down on F122. Two things, if they are going to go ahead with supercars and persist with this stupid mode, then they could add Audi and Alpine as well. Alpine have one supercar as well. Audi, of course, have now been confirmed they're entering the sport. Potentially, I've hold off on Porsche because obviously we don't know what's going on. If Porsche are going to partner with Williams as rumored now, or whether or not they're going to just not bother at all. One thing also really annoying is in career mode, because the problem with career mode, and probably what added the death of classic cars, was the invites. Like, nobody wants to be invited to a supercar thing every weekend. like, if you're going to have those invites, make it 3 per season, please, not every weekend as well. And what I'd love to happen with F1 Live is they take away everything but the 2 safety cars, and then also add in all classic cars. I have got a little bit of a video that classic cars will be mentioned about, so let me know in the comments below which classic cars you would most like to see back in the F1 games. Number 4, now obviously they spent a lot of time on getting these brands in the game, which is, that's going to be a lot of money. And for me, seeing how little those brands are being used, it's like pouring money down the drain, is the expression. I would like to see use the brands in my teams as my team sponsors. That would be very cool to see. We've already, now, first of all, the reason why we don't have real life sponsors currently is their licensing. But if you've played MotoGP, their little My Team career mode that they had back on it, was it MotoGP 20 when I played? Basically, that did have some sponsors like the developer, I forget who makes the MotoGP game, and basically a couple of other sponsors. So having, like these brands in, as because they got most of the brands aren't actually sponsors of F1 team. Having this as a sponsor of your F1 team, also the principal partner, the principal sponsor, would be huge. It'd be a massive step up for my team and bring that little bit of realism into the game. I've already talked about my team previously, but having that as a sponsor as well would definitely add to the whole load of changes that need to happen to my team for F1 23. And the final item is linking into career mode in general. Obviously, you design the apparel of your character and having maybe like a cutscene occasionally, and I say occasionally because you don't want the same cutscene, otherwise it gets repetitive and boring. But maybe having a cutscene like occasionally of your driver, maybe at the start of twice a season, maybe like at the start of the season and after the summer break potentially. You have like a cutscene of your driver coming back, and it says here all, maybe you get like Crofty or Alex Jacks saying, here come all the drivers entering the paddock as the season gets ready, or something along those lines, and you see your character in your My Team clothes, obviously those casual clothing brands that they've got. That would be definitely a step up as well. But other than that, there's not really much that they can link it with career mode, because the supercars are not used. Nobody wants to use the invitational events, and then the clothing and all that lot. Possibly add, the only other thing I can really think of with linking it to career mode is potentially having your own little space and using the materials there to design your own little space, a little bit like what we saw in Breaking Point, that little room. But then again, that is just a porter cabin really. And that is where I'm going to leave it for this episode of F1. I mean, we all don't like F1 Life. To be fair, most people have described it as a menu as well. I personally think it's pointless on F1 22. There's absolutely no point. It's a waste of resources, a waste of money, and Codemasters have basically, they might as well donated money to charity, because that would have been a better effort there, better spend of money. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I know some people do like the supercars, and I'm not 100% against them, but I don't really enjoy them as well. And then obviously we can't race them, because that was the big thing that Codemasters wanted, was to be able to race them, and obviously they got put down by FOM in the end. But obviously I hopefully want to keep the 2 safety cars and just get rid of everything else, and then focus on classic cars. I think that'd be a better place of resources for F1 Live. And then obviously F1 World, just no, we don't want private jets in the F1 game absolutely not. 100% no on that one. So yes, if you have enjoyed, though, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. See plenty more F123 game ideas. Again, if you've got any of your own, then please let me know in the comments below for the final episode. Until the next video, then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.